Hello everyone, my name is Lanso90 and welcome to Let's Play Major Minor. Before you leave, because I know how this looks. So, if you don't know, you could probably tell though, I'm a furry. I'd like to not keep that as a focus of my channel at all. Man, this music is loud. Bring that back at some point. I don't know what I'm going to do about that music being so loud. But, yeah, that's not really a focus of my channel. It's not really going to ever become a focus of my channel. But I wanted to give this game a chance here. I'm not exactly sure if it's going to be any good or not at all or not. The reviews have been mixed. It's a visual novel game. Apparently it really feeds the ego of the person who developed it. It's the character on the far left here. He funded the game or got the funding going and whatnot. So it's all about him, even though it's trying to not really do that, but I think that's going to be a big part of it. Another thing is clearly the characters are all pretty flamboyantly gay. I'm straight myself, so at first I wasn't going to get this game at all, because with the first trailer I watched there was no women in it. And then later, when the game came out, I saw that they added women to it, but I don't even know if they're going to have a very big role or not. We'll see. It's going to have dating and stuff in it. I'm going to try to play it straight. But we'll see what we can do. Plot. I guess there's like some murder thing going on. I've also heard that the writing isn't very good, so basically what this comes down to is if it's a good game, then it's a good game, and I'll come out and admit it. I have a feeling though that it's not going to be, in which case this is more of a set of videos just kind of reviewing it and explaining why I don't think it's a great game or something. But I think the artwork looks pretty good for these characters, but these might be the only images of the game. We don't even know if there's going to be still images or changing animations or not. I don't think so, though. But we'll see. Now, what do I do about this music? I don't want to have no music going, but it goes from 0% to 20%, and I can't hear myself over it. So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to find decent background music that I have for other videos. Now, it might be loud as well. Let's see. It's been a while since I've played this one. Got a new keyboard and I'm not missing the keys here. There we go. Alright, now it should do. New game. Okay. Right click to delete letters. Why would you have to use those keys to, why would you not make a backspace? Left click to highlight and select. No, that makes sense. Left click and internet's fine. Although it's letting me press space right now to advance text. So. Should I be reading this out loud? Or can you guys... I guess I'll read it from the next page. Considering that I can still breathe, I start to focus on only that. That's supposed to help. 1, 2, 3. But as if to interrupt my calming exercise, I feel a paw softly place itself on my shoulder. Instead of fright, I feel happiness. Welcome to the Ark. Souls caught between worlds. An amalgamation of where you once were and where you long to reside. Even now it's unclear. Are you not sure where you belong, or where you want your life to direct you? Do not worry, it's more common plight than you realize. I will be your guide. First, I need a name. What shall I call you? So, escape to backspace, is that right? I wonder if it'll even let us pick our gender. I have a feeling that we're just automatically male, so I'll just use my male Furry character name. Here's this one. Takes up all the space. My name, you ask, is of no importance. I am not the one who will be remembered. If your presence here portends to a fate being written in the annals of time. That sounds off as a sentence. If your presence here portends to the fate being written in the annals of time. Yeah, it doesn't have a subject. Oh, there we go. I must know more. What else do they call you, Eurosoren? Oh. Didn't think we'd get that. Well, his last name's usually Lightfire. I wonder if that'll even fit. No. Yeah, it won't. There's only 3 more letters left, not 4. I guess we'll go with Fur then. Because that's... it might let me put one more letter in. Let me just see. No. Doesn't want to do that. Thank you for keeping company in the space between spaces. It will not be the last time we meet here. However, this meeting will be cut short. You seem to be fading away. Your soul must be longing to return to familiarity by now, to your own world. But it won't be much longer until you are here once more. Soul's desire to flock to mystery is without pause, so until then, you are a victim of circumstance no more. This is the power granted by the Ark, ability to create your own destiny. Many important choices will be made, and the universe will bend to them, and the universe will bend to you. Look forward to watching. I'll explain more in due time. So we didn't pick our gender. My consciousness shoots back to the place I was standing just mere moments before. Who was that exactly, and where the heck was I? I scratched my head in sheer confusion and realized these questions would go unanswered for now. Definitely wasn't a dream. When you wake up from a dream, you normally know immediately that you are dreaming. That you were dreaming. But this confusion goes beyond that. I grasped the cold metal railing in front of me. Those are standing up while back and forth. The train's changing momentum. I was lucky enough to secure a sitting spot, which is for the best. It was odd that there was a railing to grip to for those who were sitting down, as if they expected the possibility of someone succumbing to vertigo and needing support as they fell. Perhaps it was to hold on to in case of emergency, like if the train got into an accident and derailed. Shake my head, realizing that this is a childish train of thought. I'm wondering if he hired a writer for this, or if he wrote it himself. I don't know. And then I laugh at the pun I just made. Oh, okay. Okay. Awkward glances shift towards me. For a second, I'm glad no one else around me seems to speak English. I won't have to question my face. To my face why my appearance unstable. Although it'd be nice to have somebody I can converse with on this ride. Shouldn't be too much longer until we reach our destination, Tokyo, Japan. The inner child that just enjoyed his own pun, is out inside her giggle at that pack. Who didn't dream of going to Tokyo? I think everyone ought to experience this culture at least once in their lives. I was lucky enough to do it in style. To be honest, I'm not terribly interested in going to Tokyo. Like, I know it's interesting, but I don't know, there's cool places in America too. That was the first of many places. On what would surely be the best year of my life. And also, isn't this how, like, most visual novels start, is going to Tokyo? Like, can't we go anywhere else? I'm not even sure if the developer is American or Japanese himself. A rook in a hard place. While my left paw gripped the railing tightly, my right paw firmly held a can of Popstar, so I guess we are a furry ourselves. It was a brand of energy drink made by the famous Pop Isle place. So, here we go. Pop Isle, whose tour I was about to go on. That's right, 2 special cans were sent into the wild. Those that found them got the tour replaced for years, so it's the golden ticket. Tokyo was just the first of many stops I would be. Well, me and my newfound caffeine addiction, of course, but it was worth it, I swear. The odds of winning were literally one in billions. Well, a lot of the world doesn't actually have access to that kind of stuff, so even though there's like 7 billion people in the world, you don't actually have to make billions of cans of a drink to make it that rare. I was ready to celebrate the fact that I was about to have the time of my life. I really hope that place is nice. I heard that some celebrities can be self-absorbed jerks. No, I won't judge it till later. We'll see like how big of a deal that becomes. Nobody had a really good gauge of how a celebrity acts in day-to-day life. What we see on stage is definitely not the real self. Of course, I was a sensible type of person. If I didn't judge anybody until I actually got to know them. A character trait that was very lacking in today's world, but that's none of my business. Rice to focus on changing other people. You can only really change yourself. Shake. Before I can continue any more of my introspection, someone trips in front of me. I land on the site beside me and grip the railing tightly. Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. Please forgive me. Not in my head, it's not the end of the world or anything like that. I just didn't expect it. So is this guy a squirrel? I guess it looks like a squirrel. It's very odd colors. I think every character in this game has very unnatural fur colors. First time on a train, I'm not sure what came over me. I just got really dizzy all of a sudden, my body gave way. Good thing they have these railings to grab onto, or I might have went face first into the floor. Not a pretty thought. Huh. Interesting. Anyways, yeah, sorry and whatnot. I'll try to keep it to myself. Try to explain that it's fine, everything will be okay. But this young squirrel seems caught up in the fact that he's committed the most egregious offense. So I decide to let him be. Shake. Train shakes and comes to a grinding halt. The squirrel decides and he starts to panic. Great, just what we need. Yeah, it doesn't look like there's going to be any animations of the character portraits in this game. Because otherwise you'd probably have a panicked face right now. Oh no, what's happening? Are we going to die? Can't help but snicker at that. He's clearly one of those worst-case scenario thinkers. Probably just something that will even itself out over the course of the next little while. Trains stall all the time, and there are plenty of procedures to make sure that people remain safe. Nothing bad would happen here at all. I think I brought a conch so I can be in power here. Power if we're stranded here. The magic conch? He was rummaging through his bag, a bit of bookworm too, isn't he? I decided to sit back and wait it out. In situations like this, there's really nothing you can do. Try to think of how I would keep myself occupied. Can't use my phone for anything other than text messaging. Any jail charges while others abroad would be substantial. Everyone back home is already asleep because of time zones. Everyone aboard the train starts to realize this is no big deal also. They return to talking amongst themselves just as they were beforehand. My phone vibrates and I go take a look at it. What are the odds? It's Rook. We're almost here. I can't wait all day, you know. He's the one I'm supposed to meet at the train station. He's wondering where I'm at. I'm not exactly sure how to respond to this message. Do I let him know I might be behind, or do I play it cool? Well, the train's stuck, so I'll tell him I can't say for sure. Just be honest with him. I wouldn't want to get things off to a bad start. Somehow I feel that's exactly what happened. God, I'm certainly lying to you. Who would say that in a text message, though? You think they'd, like, if they really didn't care for that, they'd just say a K? Make mental note for the future not to go against any plans Rook makes for me. Seems like the type that needs everything to go according to his schedule. I was kind of the same way, but a little less to the extreme. I look up from my phone for a moment and ponder whether or not to respond. I see that the squirrel from earlier is also texting away frantically. I wouldn't be surprised if he's texting his parents from farewell from fear of death. I decided it'd probably be best not to reply. I don't want to exacerbate his anxiety about the situation and possibly make things worse. Give him a proper explanation in person. Put the phone away and recline on the seat. I wasn't sure exactly what Rook's relation to Clace was. I just knew he was the guy I was meeting. Something I was only told last week. Normally they would have a limo and everything, but I think they wanted to play it low. No need to overwhelm me the moment I arrived. As cool as a flood of media coverage sounded, I don't think I will be able to keep my calm for too long. I wonder if he would go on a full-on cliche and hold a large piece of cardboard that says Aerosorn on it. Assuming that he's not the guy who would normally go and pick up contest winners. After the change of opinions, he probably just volunteered. Maybe it was forced. I like not knowing everything. Discovering the story piece by piece would be fun. Speaking of which, I wonder who the other contest winner was. Would we get along? Are they cool? Personality and how we got along would definitely impact the enjoyment of this whole endeavor. I wouldn't want to travel the world with a stick in the mud, that's for sure. I know that I'd be more than willing to get along and have fun. So this one's on them. This has never happened before. I hope we're going to be okay. I thought he said that this was the first time on a train. That statement was a little odd. Well, there's no point sitting here in awkward silence. We might as well get to know each other for now. You can call me Killa. Killa? We'll go with Killa, I guess. I'm here to visit some friends. What about you? What brings you to Tokyo? It's nice to meet another English speaker. Wait a minute. I definitely signed a non-disclosure agreement. I said I wouldn't tell anyone about my involvement in this contest until it was publicly announced, but then again, I could make a friend here. You might be mildly impressed with who I am, but this isn't breaking that non-disclosure agreement against the law. What should I say? Reveal involvement or did not reveal? How about we do this? Let's play a game of guess the plot. I'm going to guess that he's the other contest winner. Besides, there's no harm in letting such a timid young squirrel know why I'm here. It doesn't seem like it would be such a bad thing. In fact, it might help me win over a possible friendship. Let him know why I'm here down to the last minute detail. I tell him how excited I am and how I can't wait to have the time of my life. I stop preemptively though because I feel like the rant was coming on. Whoa, that's heavy. That's not the answer I was expecting, but I'm definitely happy for you. I'm just here to spend time with my brother. It's been a while, you know. He was a big fan of Clace. He would have killed to win that contest. Well, that's awfully sweet, but I hope him and his brother have a wonderful time. Well, he said was. That seems to imply that his brother either doesn't like Clace anymore or is dead. Wait, I thought he said he was here to meet friends. Now he's here for his brother? I feel like he's hiding something. It's my first time in Tokyo, though. I can't wait to go to the maid cafe. I heard those were the best. Come to a realization that his attention span is not as strong. See, I feel like we're talking about 10 things per minute here. Perhaps he's not hiding anything as much as he is planning a lot of stuff. How about you? Would you ever go to the maid cafe, or does that sound like your thing? Well, maid cafes have lots of ladies, don't they? I love to also. We'll have to see if we can keep in contact. I'm looking at the tourist sites that I found some places. Actually, I have a lot of cafes I like to check out. Not in any rest stops, since I'll be here for a year. A year, huh? Before I can question him any further, the train starts moving again. Everyone standing jerks back up at the sudden movement. That didn't take very long at all. That was it? Well, I was sure scared for nothing. A nervous laugh, I'm not sure what to say to him. I don't want to say the wrong thing and belittle him for freaking out. You know, it actually wouldn't be that bad to hang out with this guy at the maid cafe. I hope I didn't just agree to a date, because that's not what I was going for there. Seems like he'd be interesting company to keep. He never seems short of conversation, always has lots to talk about. That's all you really need. I wonder what Rook was like. More importantly, I wonder how he'd treat me when we met, especially after that text message incident. He really didn't seem happy that I showed him down. In fact, I had a distinct feeling that he'd be hearing about it later. Well, you didn't have to say I don't know for sure. You could have just said, the train's stuck right now. No. However, I could rest easy knowing that I told him the truth. I wouldn't want to lie. I think that momentary pitfall from telling the truth is better than lying with the intent to hide. So much simpler to tell the truth no matter how those around you react. Speaking of lies, I start to feel a wave of guilt come over me. Thought that maybe Killa would be super impressed with what I was, but telling him and breaking the NDA didn't give me any headway. I wasn't trying to do it to make friends with him, I was just going to be honest. Pretty sure I just broke several laws. I really hope that there's no way for Rook to find out about this. I cursed myself for a moment, wondering why. I thought it'd be cool to brag. The events of the train ride seemed to be playing through my mind like clockwork. I wonder over and over what would have changed if I had said things differently. Was I happy with what I said? I don't remember the last time I got so analytical. Perhaps this was because of that weird vision I had. I can control my own destiny or something like that. A ridiculous thought. If I could control my own destiny, I don't think this is where I want to be. Or would it be? That exact moment, I felt an intense pain attack in my chest. More pain than I've ever felt before. It pulses with my heartbeat. It's unbearable. I go to clutch my gut instinctively, only to find out that I cannot move. Everyone around me seems to have frozen in place. The pain radiates through my body until eventually settling in my head. I feel a burning pain. My eyes start to water and I feel a tear stream down my cheek. I can't move. I can't call for help. But then I feel that paw on my shoulder again. And the pain fades away. What the hell? I'm glad that you're starting to ask the important questions, Zero Swarm. What would have happened if I had said something different? How would the world shape around this? Analyzing our choices is the only way to ensure we make the correct ones in the future. For example, express interest in the idea of the maid cafe with Killa. Or, I guess I'll go with Killa then, because that's what I'm instinctively saying instead of Killa. Do you really have time for that? I figured that juvenile concepts were beyond you, not to mention how many avenues that may cut off. Soon you'll be surrounded by new and interesting people. No need to play with someone outside of that circle. But I digress. If it is truly something you desire, then I have no way to change that. As it is, we'll see what happens. And then there's Rook. I can't help but feel your response to his message affect your relationship. Not for the better. I cannot say that he took that information sitting down. He seems rather upset. But the train's freaking late? I can't help that. I feel like they'll hold this against you, but perhaps this brings up the chance to make it up to him and overshadow the error. If you had only waited a few minutes to respond, however, train began working quite quickly, but there's my issue. Train stalling did not combine the internal workings of your mind. If anything, you're excited to arrive and begin your adventure. So then why? Appears that I do not even know anything. Perhaps that is best. Remain ignorant in some capacity, much like those around you should have. Why did you tell Killa of your involvement in this contest? That seems odd. I did not endorse the breaking of contracts in any way. I feel that if Killa is the type to talk, you could be in deep trouble. So as you can see, a choice is not simply a choice. A choice is a consequence, whether immediate or far off. The choice has a chance for deep reflection on both you and others. So for all our sakes, I hope that you put a little more thought into your choices from here on out. That's my input, can only go so far. So this whole thing just seems to be focusing on the fact that you have choices in this game. We'll see if those actually pan out. There might not actually be long-term change because of it. These choices are still yours to make. I can partake in reflection with you. We are unable to change what has already been done. We lack that power. I know you feel like I owe you some answers, and that might as well be true, but they will not come so soon. I don't think I need to save somewhere else this time. I immediately shot back into my own reality, or at least the reality I was comfortable with. Previous encounters solidified the fact that this was not a dream in any way. That just happened. Dude, are you coming? I shouldn't stand in here all day. Huh? I noticed that Killa standing there with his backpack wrapped around his shoulder. I too was holding my luggage. Did I just lose some time? I sure started acting strange all of a sudden. Did I say something wrong? I really should start watching what I say. Assure him that he did nothing wrong. Something I feel I'll be doing a lot when I'm around him. I shrug my shoulders and we continue to exit the train together. We'll last too on board. At least he waved for me, or I'd be clueless and terrified right now. Not something I wanted to be. Alone and scared in Tokyo? Yikes. When we exit the train, we notice there aren't too many people standing around. That's odd. Were we on there so long that the initial rush already subsided? think for a moment and decide not to ask. If I asked Killa how long we were on the train together after it stopped, it would not help his view of my being sane. I decided to leave it be, though I wonder what just happened exactly. While I was conversing with that enigmatic man, my body began moving back into the real world. No explanation for why I was all of a sudden standing up with my luggage in tow. It's actually a terrifying thought, so I decided to push it away. Well, I guess this is it, huh? I kind of pictured a grand entrance, but there's really nobody here. Oh well, I should have expected less. The less you expect, the less chance you have of getting disappointed, right? Sure was an odd way of looking at things. Of course, I'm sure no one would claim that Killa was normal. He sure was a character. Hey, pull out your phone. We should exchange numbers quickly, just in case. Make sure to keep up with you in the loop about those maid cafes. It would be definitely great to hit one up together. Pulls out his phone and holds it straight out. Pull the phone out of my pocket and do the same. Phones these days had SIM cards that were outfitted with NFC technology. This allowed for exchanging contact information when phones were near each other. Of course, you had to unlock your phone and the screen had to be on. This kept you safe from sending your phone number to every person you brushed up against. I got Killa's contact information. Thanks, man. It was nice to meet you. He slowly starts to scurry away, so I guess I was maybe wrong with my guess there. I'm surprised. Guess most of our correspondence from now on would be over text messages. At least I hope it would. Getting phone calls is weird in this day and age. I wonder where I'm supposed to go. Rook never told me a specific spot. Just said to meet him at the train station. Maybe that mean he'd be right here when I got off, but I don't see him. I wander aimlessly around the place for a few minutes before deciding to give up. This is what phones are made for, after all. Just as I pull it out, I'm frozen in absolute fear as I felt a paw press abruptly on my shoulder. What? No, not again. Hey, you look terrified. I just like that. What? Don't look at me like I'm not supposed to scare you. It's your tolerance for fear that's the problem here. Oh, what a relief. This must be Rook. It's not happening again. Speaking of fear, that was some kind of spook he gave me when he said he might not be here on time. We're on a strict schedule. Strict. Starts typing away at his tablet. Strict. Adjective. Acting close. Conformity with required and certain principles. I trust you know how to pronounce it. Now you know how to spell it. Thanks to yours truly. Wow. Just wow, and I thought Killa was a character. I guess I'd be a little upset if people involved in this contest were boring. Though a little condescending, he had every right to be. He was definitely high up there in the biz. So where's the other one? I was confused. I wasn't quite sure what he meant. The other what? Our contest winner are we? You're supposed to be together. Wait, what? Ugh. Insufferable. I just like being lied to. I sincerely tell him I have no idea what he's talking about. I was only with Killa on that train. Oh. Out of the shadows, someone scuffles towards us. Hey, okay, so I was right. I knew it. You're watching us? That's just exceedingly creepy, Killa. I wasn't watching you, I was just shy. Besides, I wanted to see if you're actually telling the truth when you said you won the contest. Looks me up and down. Rook stares at me angrily. Oh no. Thought you might brag and making things up since, you know, we both signed an NDA and whatnot. I tried changing the subject because I didn't want to break it too. Sorry if it sounds sketchy. You did what? You realize that contract is upheld by the law, don't you, Eurosworn? That is extremely uncool. Well, either way, I have to say I'm really glad that it's you that I've been spending time with. I feel like we'll get along on the train. Like we got along on the train for a short time we had together. Now I'll be able to go to the Maid Cafe for sure. Your business is my business, and now vice versa. How cool is that? I stayed there for a few months, and it was an awkward silence to be sure, but it wasn't really anything I could think of to say. Killa was the other contest winner. I mean, I know in the back of my mind I thought it might be cool if he was, but that was just because he was the only other English speaker I ran into. Also the fact he was fun to observe, but there were just too many things going my way ever since I found myself in that arc. It was extremely eerie, to say the least. You know what we just saved? I don't know if this game allows saving at any point in the game. I'm about to find out again. So, I'll end this episode here. I hope you all enjoyed, and have a good day.